Speaking of strings, is there a string brand that you think works really well with your guitars that you use for or not?
No, it I just get D'Addario J45s, yeah, regular tension. Since actually talking with Stanley Yates about that,
Yeah.
he told me he uses regular, and everybody he knows used regular. Before that, I always used high tension, and so I went to low tension, and I really liked it a lot more. I but everybody's different. That's why I buy D'Addario. They're kind of like the cheapest generic strings.
Yeah.
And I send my guitars out, and 99% of the time, the guy who gets the guitar is going to go through his own preference of strings. And a lot of times, people have really bizarre ideas of what they think their favorite strings are. So I try not to predict,
Yeah.
you know, uh, and the string isn't generic to the guitar. I think it has to do with the player. So I mean, if you get if you prefer a certain string, it goes with your playing technique and the guitar. Also, when I send out guitars, they're brand new, and oftentimes I only play them for a couple hours, and then I stick them in the box and send them out. And uh, it's it takes some time for the guitar to break in. And when you go and you start putting all different kinds of new strings on a brand new guitar, I always tell people to wait at least a couple of weeks before they change the strings, because you're not going to hear the full tonal advantage for a couple of weeks on a brand new guitar.
Yeah. Speaking of shipping out guitars, how does that work? Like, how do you send a guitar to someone?
Oh, just UPS,
Yeah.
just put it in the case, put it inside a box, and it used to be affordable to send overnight. I used to send them overnight all the time. It used to be like $100, and now it's like $300.
Yeah.
That was like 5 years ago. Everything's gone up, and so it's like crazy to send them overnight. So I just send them, regular UPS, unless the customer wants it overnight. I've had a few guys who, wanted to pay for overnight. So
Have you had any problems with damage or anything like that before? Or
um, I think I've made, like 725 guitars, and I've had two instances of uh, problems with UPS. So that's pretty good,
yeah.
actually. One was FedEx, one was UPS. So generally, if you pack the guitar up well, what scares me is kind of shipping guitars in the summertime, because if a guitar is French polished and it sits in a hot UPS truck all day, and it happens to be the last thing the guy delivers, it can bake in that truck, in the summer, and so and it can mess up the French polished finish. But that's rarely ever happened, So I've
Yeah.
had good luck with it. You Knock
Um,
on wood.
yeah. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the videos and things like that you post on YouTube. You might be the only guitar maker that does that. I haven't seen any other ones that anybody else that does that. But you just post kind of videos of guitars that you have for sale or guitars that you just made that you're playing. Can you talk a little bit about that and if it's had
Yeah.
benefits on your sales or anything like that?
I call it guitar porn.
Yeah.
But no, I actually bought a video camera a couple of years ago, and I wasn't very computer savvy, and my wife does all the web stuff and all the, I can turn it on and surf the web and stuff. But I bought a video camera to record me playing my 13-string guitar,
Hmm.
because I thought it would be an interesting thing, and I had so much music that I had like three Vice sonatas that I had memorized, and I wanted to kind of get those down and like document that I could actually play them at some point before I forget them. And so I bought a video camera, And we had a 10-year-old computer, and of course it didn't work on there because there's no memory. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I went out and bought a very expensive video camera, thinking if I got a better camera, it would work. Not understanding that the computer had no memory in it, you know. But since then, I just got interested in video, you know, the whole idea of video. And I've done some kind of other films. Uh, uh, and I'm talking with other people about doing some other video stuff. Actually, going to Spain, I like to do a how to make a guitar video, but I don't want to do it in the very dry academic sense of you know, this is how you do this. This is, I kind of want to blend it in with the culture of the guitar and do kind of a documentary on you know, maybe interview some guitar makers in Spain and see their shops and other American guitar makers, and get a bunch of different perspectives and ideas, but then kind of centered around me making a guitar. But so I'm just really interested in video.
Yeah.
So I came up with the idea that it's, you know, if you film a guitar, it's more interesting than just seeing pictures of it, you know. And so actually I'm going to shoot this cedar guitar that I just finished tonight. I'm going to do a new one. So probably tomorrow or the next day it'll be up. And but I really enjoy it. So it's kind of, I guess if I didn't make guitars, I would try to become a documentary filmmaker or something, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I have no talent, but